Okay, welcome back to another video. Thank you to everyone that supported me on my last video. I think it's up to about 5,900 views at the moment. If you haven't seen it, I tried to hit 100 kilometers an hour on my road bike. So if you haven't seen the video, I'll put the link to it in the description. Definitely go and check that out. We put a lot of time and effort into that video. But today I just got a normal vlog for you guys. So I've got a Tuesday night club race tonight. It's actually the same course as was last week, which is just an out and back. Last week was graded one, but today is handicap. So it's a small climb on the way out. I think it's about 1 minute and 20 seconds full gas. But then it's a really long downhill, and then you go out and then you come back, and then when you go up it, it's about a 5-minute climb on the way up. So last week when I did it, me and Langers were the last ones left in A grade, and I held on to him up the climb for about 2.5 minutes, and then it was in between both the groups, and I sat back and waited for the group to come past, and then eventually he stayed away, put 8 seconds on us, and then I finished third. So this week we're gonna try and get the W, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so a brand sent me out these socks to like test and like review. Their website's not up yet, but they're called Veloce Aero. So I've got the Sky Night Aero socks. So these are like the black spotted ones, black and white spotted. And then I've also got these ones here. These are red and blue, just like normal Aero socks. So if you open them up, so you literally just open them up, and then they're basically just like normal socks, but they've got this Aero bit right here. So I've never ever used Aero socks before, so I'm going to use these at the club race tonight. I'm probably going to put a skin suit on. I might as well use the C7X because why not? If we're going to go fully Aero and use Aero socks, we might as well put the best wheels on that I've got as well. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how they go. So apparently they're meant to be really good at holding up, because they've got like this, I don't know if you can see that, but they've got that bit there and it's really, really grippy. So they're meant to like never ever fall down while you're using them. So I'll let you know how they go after the race. Why are you going in my room? Come on. Alright, the wheels are on and I've changed both the brake pads, so the bike is ready for the race. Alright, so the club race starts in about an hour, so I'm going to get changed now and then probably head out on the road in about 20 minutes. Alright, so my first time putting on Aero socks, and they feel pretty bloody nice actually. So it's got like a silicone-y, I guess, like strips, 2 strips up here, and that's meant to, I guess, stick to the top of your leg, and then just stays on like that. And try and line the seam up at the back quite nicely. It's quite difficult to get it on with this little sticky bit, but once it's on, it's not going to go anywhere. And how do they look? They look pretty bloody good, especially with this master and skin suit, because I've kind of got the old 2 lines going on there, and then I've got the 2 lines going on there. Alright, another Tuesday night club race for the Masters and Clubs. So this is obviously the first night for me in these Aero socks, so here's a little bit of a shot of them before the start. So here's the start. I'm in A grade. This is a handicap race. So last week we didn't have a handicap, but this week handicap. So I think we were 14 minutes behind the leaders. So 14 minutes to catch back, and I think the race is about 32 kilometers. So we start by going straight down this little rise. This is literally the finish. So the finish kind of goes slightly uphill. So this is me, I just like rolling through the group. I thought I'd give it a bit of a blast on the front, because obviously it's a handicap race, so you want to catch them as soon as possible. A good thing to add is that it's super, super windy tonight, so it was a massive head to crosswind out, and it was almost like a head to crosswind back, so no one really wanted to work. So to explain this, Langers, you know, when you don't charge your Di2, you get stuck in 1 gear. So basically he's stuck in the, I think he had 39.14, so he ended up spinning the entire time. Somehow he made it all the way to the end in that gear, but yeah, pretty impressive. So this is literally just going on to the second straight, and obviously the wind is coming from, I guess, the right of the screen, as you can see, and I just think I'm ripping a good turn. I'm only doing what, 380 watts, and I was like, okay, this will be a good turn to get us back. And as you can see, the gap just completely opened up. I'm by myself. And in a handicap race, there's absolutely no reason to be by yourself. So I sat up, waited for the group to come back to me, because it's just wanted to conserve some energy. And we need to work together if we want to catch that 40-minute gap. Alright, so we're heading into the first climb now. So this is the climb on the way out. It's only about, I'd say, probably a minute, 10 minutes, 20 seconds. Like, we're only 6 minutes into the race now. It's not super hard, but the last, like, I guess 300 meters kind of kicks up, and that's when the watts really start to come. So as you can see, Simon Humphrey just came up the side there, and he really wanted to push the pressure on this first climb. I'm not entirely sure why. As you can see, some guys are already getting dropped. And then Langers and Simon really start pushing here. So what, we're heading over 500. We're getting close to 500, 600 watts up here. And it's really, really starting to hurt. So as you can see, that's me. I'm just third wheel. I always just trying to sit on there. I don't like to set the pressure up the climbs, because I'm definitely not a climber. But yeah, we make it onto the descent. I think we dropped 2 of our original guys right there on the descent, which wasn't ideal obviously in a handicap race. But yeah, we come up and it's got a little rise straight after the hill. So I kind of ride past Langers, which I feel kind of bad because obviously he's stuck in that gear, but obviously we need to keep pushing on. So I thought I'd do some work on the front and then see if I can try and catch B grade. So basically we're dealing with the same thing again. No one wants to work. We're riding into a block headwind. I think I'm just pulling a decent turn on the front, but no one really wants to come with me. Like, I'm not pushing that hard on the pedals here. I'm not even doing 300 watts, and like no one seems to want to roll with me. So I either just have to go, which I did, and then they somehow bring it back to me. So this is not what you want to be doing when you're in a handicap race. Obviously you want everyone in your grade to work together, and then you just want to drill it until you can catch the front. And then once you've caught that front group and you can see the lead car, then you can start worrying about, okay, let's see what we can do to win the race. So I think at this stage of the race, we were going up one of these steep rollers, and I was just getting kind of sick of it. I don't know what's happened to my power here, it's completely dropped out, but I would have been doing, I guess, close to 500, 600 watts. So I don't mean to attack them again, but once again I kind of just roll off the front. But this time I really gave it some berries to trying to split the group up, just so we could have just the guys that were working there. So yeah, we come to the turn here, and I think this is about, or it must be like 15, 16k into the race, and I'm feeling pretty average really. But I had some good mental strength, because I remember, because we did this exact same course last week, I remembered, okay Tom, you weren't feeling good around here last week and you're not feeling as bad as you were then, so just give it some berries. So we're on the straight here, so this is the long straight back into that the long climb where that long descent was, and I just drill it on the front. We're doing like 50 odd 52k an hour I think I got up to on this straight. I'm just drilling it, and it's obviously, as you can see there, the wind is coming from the right, so we're just cresting into the bottom of this big climb here. And this is like the only time in the entire race, like we've caught, I think, a few people at this stage, a few like B and C graders, but yeah, this is basically the first time that we can almost see the front of the race. Like we can see the lead for the B graders just up the road. So I'm not going too bad here. I think I averaged like 330 up this climb. So last week I think I did like 340. So I was a little bit off from last week, but I wasn't feeling too bad. Usually in past years this hill has like completely cracked me, but I gave it a good go, just kept it over 300 watts. So that's Dom there. I just tried to ride with him as much as I could, because I know he's a decent climber and he might pull me a decent turn before we get to the bottom. So this is coming, we've just come over the top and we're onto the descent. So this is down that like 1 minute climb on the way out. And Langers has attacked us up the hill, and he's with 2 other guys, so we really have to drill it here. So I'm just giving it the berries on the front. That's going past some, I think those are C graders. And we've only got probably, I'm guessing, 2.5k at this stage, and I asked Dom to give me one big last turn, and we just make it onto the lead group. So there's Langers there, and there's 2 B graders in front of him. So we kind of just start playing cat and mouse. So then that guy in the map kit, he was like yelling at me to go, and I knew that if I just waited, he was really worried about Langers. Obviously Langers has absolutely no gears, as you can see here, so I just waited for him to kick me, jumped on his wheel. I wasn't worried about Langers because he's got no gears, and then I just kicked on the inside, taking the shortest line, and then just won the first club race. So we caught the front, and I finally won a club race for the year. Okay, so the part of the video that most of you have been waiting for. So who am I going to be riding for the rest of the 2020 season? So obviously the New Zealand season is done, so it's over. All the Couplands races are done. We've all wrapped up for this season. And the Couplands team will start up about November-ish when the Tour of Southland comes around again. So I don't know if anyone keeps up with Matty. He's my mate from part year 2 that I ride with, but he's helped me get onto a team in Boston in the US. So I'm going to be riding on this team here, New England Devo. So it's a big team. I think they've got like an elite team, a junior team, a women's team, a cyclocross team. They've got lots of teams, but I'm going to be on the under 23 team alongside of I think another 6 or 7 under 23 guys. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So I'm heading to America in about 20 days from now. And then I'm there all the way from, I think it's the 26th of March I turn up, and I leave on the 5th of September. So I've got a big 6-month stint of racing in America. We do lots of races. Most of the races that we're going to end up doing I think are crit races. They're really big into their crit racing in America, which is good for me because I'm not very good at riding uphill and I much prefer just smashing it on the flat. So obviously I've got to get my technical work up a bit, so I'm going a little bit early just to see if I can get a few like club crits in and stuff over there in America. So that's why I'm heading over a little bit early. So some of the big races that we're doing the Dairylands Tour of America crit series, which is an 11-day crit race. So each day is a different crit in a different part of Wisconsin. And then a month later we're doing the Intelligentsia crit series, which is, I think, is another 11-day crit series, also in Chicago, but more based around Chicago, I think, in that area. There's a few road stage races. I think the last race in September is the Green Mountain stage race, last one that Matty did before he came home, so it's probably going to be the last one before I come home as well. But yeah, for people that are wondering what I'm going to be up to for the next 6 months and who I'm racing for, that's at New England Devo. So it's a team based out of Boston, Massachusetts in America. So give them a follow on their Facebook page and on their Instagram just here, and I'll link them all in the description of this video below. But yeah, thanks to New England Devo for giving me the opportunity, and I'll be there in about 20 days.